Hello everybody, welcome back to Middle-earth and another episode of our 4th Age Total War North Rhun campaign. Here we are consolidating our hold over the northern parts of the Sea of Rhun, which we captured at the end of the last episode here. We actually have a homeland in this province, which I guess makes sense. These are our original settlements up here, but this one, Yarhelkar, does count as a homeland for us, so that's going to take 5 seasons. But as you can see, we are getting down quite a bit lower than I like. We are under 10,000 in the bank. Maybe we will turn that around dramatically, though, in this episode as we expand our holdings, because I am planning to do that indeed. We've got an army poised to attack Dorwinion. Now, Dorwinion has been a pretty responsible partner, I guess you could say. They have not, even though we've bordered them for quite a few turns, they have not made any moves in our direction, so that's been very nice. Now I could go right up here and repay that that restraint with attacking them in the province of Fornhood, and this would probably be the best move. But I am seeing an army right outside Garth, and if they stay there for a couple of turns, I could take this without having to besiege a place, and that is very attractive to me. So how about this? We will move a little bit closer. I wish there were some trees here so I could get an ambush going. But let's just go right over here. I think from this position, I could hit either of these provinces next turn. And we'll see if the situation changes, because I think we will still have time to address that. The danger, of course, is that this is a good army for us, and we're moving it away from the area where there are still a few problems. We've still got some presence of the chiefdom of Rhun around here. I am moving down some troops to help with that, though. We've got a couple of forces in Gwaithring, these hillmen axe levies, who are a little more useful, I think, in combat, so we're going to move them down into Thordram with our ruler. And in another season, we're going to be able to train, what is this, control posts? This is going to give us, yes, our typical guys, Mountain Warband and Easterling Skirmishers. This is a homeland as well. So I think we'll be okay. If Rhun does decide to turn an attack, then we may have to come and address that. But that's why we are training up more men in Raycoast as well. And we've got some people right outside of Fenis Rim. This is Ulgan the Hunter. This is probably our most famed general at this point. He has been the one who has driven farthest into the heart of Rhun's dominion, and he's taken Tham, and now he's moving off into the northwest to try to take Fenis Rim. I'm wondering, though, if we may want to bring him back and deal with this. Let's see if there's any armies standing right outside, if we can do that. Do I have a scout somewhere? Okay, we've got you. I guess we could maybe bring you up. Do I really not have any other agents? Okay, here we go. We've got an old emissary, and he can scout just fine. We'll get him right there. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So, let's try this again. This didn't work last time. The army moved away, but maybe they will feel stronger now. Yes, okay, so they'll stay and fight. 637 men under Lieutenant Gan. Nothing we haven't seen before. And in the settlement, the ruler, Gandos of Fenis Rim, is going to be coming out from directly to our left from the west. So, this might be a nice way to capture a province without having to wait around to build siege weapons and get attacked. And then, if that goes well, we can take these guys and move them up northeast to address those remnants of Rhun that are threatening, well, threatening everything as we look to expand. Okay, we got some foggy weather. I guess we'll just go with that. It doesn't really impact things all that much. We've got 2 slingers there, 2 slingers there, and we'll move you over to the right and left, respectively. As usual, keep the skirmishers in the center. Longbowmen sort of back and to either side, and I guess that's okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. We've got our wains. Oh, this will be a fun one, actually. Because, yeah, the city is right over there. There it is. And so the garrison's going to come from right behind us and to the left. Okay. So we don't want to be too aggressive because we are attacking and hoping that the garrison comes in to help with this battle. But we do want to be able to quickly capitalize on any openings. So we'll wait here.
These are more heads for our warriors to collect in triumph.
Let's see if they actually decide to advance. Okay, it looks like they are. Now back here we do have 2 cavalry units that could just get away. So maybe what we ought to do is bring you around.
Riders, stand and fight.
Shoot, there they go. Oh, that's such a shame. Okay. Well, we'll try to do some damage with the wains. Yep, that sometimes happens. The AI realizes, oh yeah, this is a horrible proposition for us. And they withdraw as soon as they bring their men on as reinforcements. So we'll get up here and, yeah.
Hunt them down and slay them all.
The goal is just to try to do some damage with javelins, try to hurt some of these potentially dangerous axeman units in particular. And maybe we can get a bunch of these guys to rout, so we'll have less to deal with in the city. But the wains are pretty slow. Yeah, we might barely get there in time to throw. Alright, come on. Are we gonna make it? Are we gonna throw it all? Ah, no. Oh, that's so sad. They're so ready to go. Oh well. Yeah, slim victory. So they're probably gonna go right back to the city. And that just stinks. All right, well, we'll try again, I think. I don't want to assault this.
Fear us, Captain.
And I don't necessarily want to fight a big battle outside of it either. I mean, I guess we could do that. We could put it under siege. The defensive battles always make me a little nervous. The defensive siege battles, just because of prior bad experiences with crashes. But it hasn't happened yet in this campaign, so now that I've said that, the spell is broken and we're gonna see a crash. We'll see. Okay, so they'll probably hit us next turn with this, well, actually all of these. Yeah, that's a guarantee. That's definitely gonna happen. So we're gonna fight a big battle around Fenis Rim, and if we win it, we may get the city. Not a guarantee. And yeah, we're losing a lot of money, but that's because we are building Dominion. And we were making a bit of cash last turn. So let's go with some more axemen, because we may be alone for a little while. And we want to have some decent forces around Tham. Okay, they actually didn't attack. Wow. All right. So we're, geez, I don't know that I want to assault that now, right? I was kind of hesitant even to do that. We've got a candidate for adoption, but he is really uninspiring. Lazy, unintelligent, and uncharismatic. He's unwise, which is just bad for all sorts of things. And yeah, he's poor. I could work with a poor governor if he was intelligent, at least. He's youthful. But let's wait for somebody better. I think we've got a good amount of family members right now. Ah, okay, good. Coming of age. Ulfang of Tham. He is the capital in Yodor. Okay. He's poor, but yeah, he's at least energetic, so he's slightly better as a fighter. But overbold is also not great. Unwise. I think I may not want him in a city. Maybe I'll have him just outside a settlement with some troops.
Orders. Orders.
I don't want to make the city look weak. But, like, we've got enough troops here that we could go through Dale, or we could capture this, actually. Maybe we'll do that. We'll get you guys all ready. We'll do a mix of these guys. Okay, we got some longbows too.
March! Unable to move.
I probably can't afford them, but let's go with it anyway. Yeah, I think we will want the fort, because Dale has been extremely passive over here at Framsburg. I don't know if they're doing anything down to the south, but I really doubt it. Maybe they're trying to capture Gundabad like relentlessly. It's not under siege, so they just may never trouble us again. But we may as well take this fort and then move over here to Gargal. This is protected to the south by this province, the Southern Wildlands, which is, again, in the hands of the Bjornings. So this doesn't open up our border to the south. It opens up our border to the east. Again, I think we can deal with it. So here, all right, there's a big army. It's a half stack, but it's moving south and west. And I think it is time to go for it. Let's just make sure there's nothing in the woods outside of Fornhood. Yeah, they're not in our area. And we got lots of spies here, so let's just continue moving them through. I want to make sure there's no surprises. Okay. Looks alright at the moment. Let's see, this guy's actually blocking the pass, but we can get over here to see a little bit better. There's not much in Belligant. Eventually we'll be able to train a boat here, and we could just go from Yarhelkar directly to Belligant and grab it pretty quickly. Okay, we don't need all these spies. Let's move you right here, and let's move you up here and over there. Yep, that's what we're gonna do there. And here, I'm guessing it's fine. So let's attack Fornhood. Yeah. So that means that we have separated. Oh, right, because Dorwinion and the Bjornings were allied. And now, because we attacked, we initiated the attack, the AI is going to side most of the time with the aggressor in this scenario. So the Bjornings have sided with us over their older ally. Okay, that's kind of nice. I guess the flaw is that Dorwinion could now attack, burn, and take it, right? Because now, also, that means that the Bjornings are no longer a protectorate. Because we had, the Bjornings were under the protection of Dorwinion. And so what we've just done is not only split an alliance, but removed a vassal from Dorwinion. So we'll see what this does. I mentioned earlier that when a faction is a protectorate, is a vassal of another faction, it tends to be more passive. Now, we have seen the Bjornings move armies around my territory like they're doing right now. They haven't done anything yet. But maybe now that they're no longer a vassal, maybe they will feel a little more aggressive. On the other hand, they're allied with us, and they're not allied with Dorwinion anymore. And so maybe they will take out some of that aggression on them. I don't think they have to conquer any of these places. I could be wrong. I think they do have to conquer, like, Dale, if they want to win. But maybe not. They definitely need this, so maybe they'll go for Tharbad, which would be very interesting. So we'll see. I think we can handle the Bjornings if it comes to it, but I'd be really curious to see if they go after Dorwinion and join us in the fight. So we're going to be attacking Fornhood next turn, and here we don't have a lot of troops right here, but I think we want to assault anyway. It's not my preferred option because they've got, axemen, and they've got enough units in here that it's going to be a little annoying. But I think we can do it. We want to take Fenis Rim. We want to get rid of that question mark. And that's going to help protect Thordram and Raycoast and Yarhelkar and Tham a little bit. We'll at least know where the threats are going to come from. So now, after we take this, we will have, obviously, those armies that are off to the north. I still see those. And Rhun is going to... I don't know what they're going to do with them after we take this. They may just move them back to the places they already own. But they may try to attack us, right? They may try to take this right back. Okay, and we've got a couple of longbows. So, I mean, honestly, this is probably going to be just fine. I'm kind of overthinking it, I guess. Let's bring the skirmishers here, and we'll just run them forward at a certain point. I probably don't need all these rams. Let's get one there in case. And we will ditch you. Okay, so all you guys are now fire at will. Get you off skirmish and get the cav ready to go. Alright, so these slingers are not firing yet, so we'll run them up so they can hit these guys. We could really do some damage if they stick around. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to need that second ram. We've just got so much firepower here. So, over here we can see their ruler. What is this? Gan of Fenis Rim, I want to say. Looking very nice in his, the mail and red of their bodyguards. It's a nice look. And up here they've got a unit of axemen. Looks pretty full. And down here we're going to be cutting some of these units to pieces. So they've got some cav over to the right there. And they got more cav over to the left. So there's a lot of cav in this army, but we've got a lot of light spears that are going to be a challenge for them. Okay, you're a little too far back. We'll bring you up.
Skirmishers, march! Our warriors have reached the enemy gate with the ram.
We're getting some friendly fire. Or maybe it's archers, actually. I don't know. Regardless, it's not too big of a deal. Still one unit of raiders over here that looks mostly full, yeah. Okay, so I should have been bringing these guys up in the meantime, but we can do that now. Like, again, want to run them over here. Let's run our archers up a little bit.
The way to victory is open.
I want to go right for those raiders. If we can get away from the gate, I think that'd be good. One unit of cavalry just got eliminated there. But now we can focus on these axemen. Their javelins can hit. Alright, we probably won't rout these guys before we get attacked in the back, but we will get our reinforcements in. And this unit might just rout anyway. Okay, we've got another unit of axemen coming. And more raiders. That's why we got all these guys. All of these guys are retrainable, by the way. Again, I still don't think it's really necessary to open up a second hole in the walls. These axemen are going to be probably wiped out unless we switch fire to these warband, which we may, because they are going to get into the combat pretty quickly, actually. Oh, these axemen of Rhun are doing fairly well. Down to 9 men, but still fighting. So the king, the high chieftain here, must have some nice traits. And actually, we can bring these axemen right up to the walls, too. And they will be able to fire. Alright, I think this is going to be just fine. Yeah, we eliminated that cavalry unit. We're going to get rid of these axemen and these axemen. The warband are going to give us a little bit of trouble because there's just enough of them. But no one else is coming in to support. So that's going to leave the chieftain, and then what do we have up here? Okay, still just one axe and then some warband that they're bringing up and recalling. Alright, so 33 warband, 9 axemen, and 1 Eastland Raider unit. Or just 1 man, actually, and there he goes. bring you over. Bring you over, and let's get all of these guys. We'll set them up there. The heavy axe throwers. We can drop the ram too. We're just not going to use it at all. I'd like to use the warband to melee with the chieftain's guard because they're going to do pretty well. Going to take a lot of losses. They're not going to be great, but warband are just kind of surprisingly good. Like, I'm realizing how decent they are. Just about used up all of the ammunition. I don't think the Variag mercenaries are necessary either. Alright, there were a few archers there. And here comes the king. Alright, and yes, so that unit is sacrificially going to just start bogging down the chieftain's guard. Let's get our light cav over, actually. Just run them in. And yeah, I kind of imagined they were going to tear through that one warband unit. It's pretty damaged. But we've at least caught them. Maybe I don't want the cav running in now, actually. Alright, they've got 40 men, so they're doing quite well. But that's what the warband are for. They're here to just to be a stubborn kind of roadblock and something that is going to cause some damage. They're going to do some casualties. They're going to tire out the enemy. Right, let's throw javelins in while we've got them here. Down to 36, 35. And these warband, again, are very replaceable, so I'm not too worried about it. We need reasons to keep training over here because the population growth is high. And we don't want it to get away from us in these cities that are kind of far from our capital. Okay, so that's it for the javelins. Let's bring our general back. And, you know, I'm not sure that we would actually get a nice charge here, but we may. You know, sometimes you get surprised with the pathfinding here, and it works out pretty well in these cities. Let's just do a throw of axes. This is going to be devastating to our own guys, but let's see. 31 men. I mean, okay. Maybe that didn't really do anything. Alright, halt. I'm not actually going to want you to fight. Let's try this. We'll throw you in, and, you know, I guess we can try getting a unit of cav around the back. Alright, and did we charge? I think we may have. In fact, how aggressively they're going in there. Yeah, okay.
Enemy king now
Nice.
with his glorious ancestors. His men now rightly fear us.
Awesome. Okay, so now I think we're going to use these axemen. Bring them right up to the top. Alright, we'll move you over, actually. Like to preserve these guys because obviously we're far from being able to retrain them. Alright, we're gonna get some archers taking a few pot shots at us, but no big deal. 18 Easterling Warband are in there, and 87 Axemen of Rhun. So those are pretty good numbers. So let's just move right up. We'll get you guys set up like so. You guys right behind them, and you right behind them. Keep the cavalry back about there. Try to remember to watch if they peel off any of those units to go and deal with them. Okay, so that messed up a little bit, their marching orders. Alright, but that should be good. Let's see how much damage they do here. Oh my gosh, 59, 48, beautiful. Okay, let's run the cav in now that they're all out of there. I don't think you get too much of a benefit for, like, piling on every single unit you can. In fact, there may be some penalties for fighting in a mob like this. But I'm not totally sure. So we'll bring the cav around. What I'm interested to see is if they're going to bring some of them back to the city center. Because there we go. We owned it for a second there. Okay, maybe not. Which is actually kind of nice. We'll get the cav turned around. In position to do a nice straight charge in the back. And get a route going. Alright, there we go. That's all we need to do. 1285 down to 1001. So lost almost 300 men. But it's an assault, right? And unfortunately, there's still a fairly large army off in the northeast. Kind of between Fenis Rim, Raycoast, Thordram. Yeah, right up there. So, we'll see what they do. They may want to just attack us immediately and try to take this back. But we'll definitely lay desolate here. This has got a lot of people. We'll go down to low taxes as typical. This had a hosting halls. Okay, so they were getting tier 3 stuff. Or they could have gotten tier 3 stuff from here. And they were building it military. Makes sense. Alright. Destroy the Homeland Dominion and start building our own. This'll be a fiefdom. But it'll be nice, right? Because, see, we've got Yarhelkar, so we're doing some trading. I don't know what it is about Raycoast. Well, we were trading with Belligant, but I don't know why it doesn't trade with Yarhelkar. Maybe it would, but this one is just preferred for some reason. But this, we got to remember, this island is also a province that, okay, it's still owned by rebels, and this is a separate settlement. And so if we take this, it's got a port already built, and we could maybe get a nice little triangle of trade going. And then if we do take Erebos, which I'm sure at some point we may, we could get even more trade there. So here, let's see. Let's check out the supply. Check out how the governors are doing. This guy's middle-aged, so we still got some time with him. Okay, overbold. Well supplied. So that's good. We'll get an emissary going there. I think I'll wait, because we got all kinds of movement points. Maybe we ought to use them. But we don't have that many men, I think, is the issue. What I could do is probably take you, move them into the trees, and meet them up with these other units. Let's see what the public order's looking like. Okay, that's 70. I could definitely get away with that. Let's train a unit of slingers. Not that I want them, but I would like them to do public order stuff for us. Okay, and how can you guys go? Alright, that's not good. 65. Right, so you need somebody back. Well, let's give you a skirmisher unit. And that's just exactly 70. Okay. Yeah, we can move him into the trees. Move you guys into the trees. And... alright. And I think that'd be enough to deal with this. And then we can get some reinforcements from Tham. We are training stuff here, so, you know, it will get better. But let's check. Okay, 7215. This is our capital, Yodor. 7215. Let's try... I think what we're going to need to do is make this our capital, or this. right? We're going to grab one of these and we're going to try experimenting there. I don't think it makes sense to put Yarhalkar as our capital. Let's just do it for the sake of argument. And actually... Okay, that's a lot. That's 2,000 less. And 40%, yeah. Partly this might be due to just the very small garrison. Who knows, maybe there's an elven spy, but I think 40% unrest is pretty standard, actually. So we'll go back to Yodor for now. Yeah. Actually, what was your tax rate? Okay, low is good. We'll keep it on low taxes. And everything else, I think, is looking fine. We're good in Gwaithring. We're moving you down to Thordram. Although, maybe we don't need you in the city. We can move some of these units elsewhere. Yeah, I'll bring them over towards Foreign Hood, actually. I don't think Thordram is going to be under threat anymore, unless these guys turn... in a sort of a drastic, unexpected way. And let's move you out, because honestly, we're doing very good. Now, a lot of the public order in Thordram is probably due to our governor, who is mature. He's the faction leader, right? If we take a look, his authority staff is giving a little bonus to public order. That's only 5%, though. But he probably has some other bonuses to, like, law. Yeah, increased public order. So some of this is coming from him. Although stingy and... yeah. Once he goes away, essentially, there's going to be some repercussions in terms of public order loss. But we've got a little bit of time. And also, some of this is going to go away once we finish building the Homeland Dominion here and here. Okay. Alright, so they went right for it. But now we can just smack them with the army that's outside, and it won't be a sally battle, which is a nice, refreshing change of pace. So, again, a very bad candidate for adoption. The only good thing about him is youthful, he's energetic, he's a wary fighter. But I don't think I need that. Okay, we're still above 10,000 at the moment. Losing a bit of money. Dunland and Dorwinian are allies. Okay. No wars between Dorwinian and the Bjornings, which is good. And no sign of Bjorning incursion either. So let's just go right here. We'll go for the fort of Caran. And I'm gonna grab, yeah, like one of these things. That should be plenty. All they've got is 2 barding militia here. I don't think they're going to bother hiding units in the woods. But that's what Gargal looks like. It looks very undefended. And let's get a spy down towards Rathwin. Okay, they're moving some troops sort of in my direction. Yep, it looks like they're moving back. They've got a lot of low-tier stuff in the area. Yep, spear levies. All kinds of levy troops. Oh yeah, look at that. So tempting. Right outside the city there. But we could grab Foreign Hood. We could also grab a mercenary, but I'm not going to bother at the moment. Let's move you guys right over to help out. And, yeah, let's do it. Right, we've got the Rams. This is going to make us some money, and this is actually going to be a nice return to our homelands. Well, the walls here are a little more formidable, so they can have men on top of them shooting down at us. But, you know, I'm just going to go for it. We'll just go right for the gate. We'll go with our usual, we'll go with the typical formation, right? Instead of being stingy with rams, we'll use 3, 1 for each part of the gate there. Get you guys all grouped up. We've got a very nice force, actually. I don't think they have any, like, awesome archers or anything. The slingers here, and I will use them and abuse them for cover. If there are archers, we'll just run forward and target them. Keep the longbows back, though. We've got some warband guys we can use to throw in as spear fodder. What else we got? We got some Hillman Axe levies. And then it's all cav, I guess. Okay. So we want to get the rams going at around the same time. And they've got spearmen on the walls, axemen on the walls, and warband on the walls. And all of our slingers are going already, which is great. We're already doing some damage, I would say. And inside we can take a closer look. Again, this is, you know, basically comparable to what we have. This is, in fact, their captain. Is that right? Oh, their general is this unit of Ravanian foresters. It's a skirmisher unit, but it does have spears as a melee weapon, so it's a little more formidable than you would expect. They've got warband up at the top here, more warband. So just a lot of low-tier levy stuff that we can just go right through, I think. We're definitely taking losses due to the towers, but they've got practically no ranged other than that.
Battering ram is at the gates. Our warriors attack. Now is the time for great deeds.
I think we want to get our warband up. Right, 48%, 29. So the gate's gonna break first. And these guys are on fire at will.
Your warriors have done brave work with the battering
So they're gonna do some damage, hopefully. Maybe not. Maybe they just threw their axes upward. Alright, I'm going to go right for those raider levies. This is going to fall probably pretty soon. We'll send in a couple of units after those guys. Alright, 82, 84. Alright, they get a lot of cav stationed around there. Alright, just as this breaks, we're going to be ready to rush through with our other units. We are under some pressure, but we're still winning easily, apparently. Alright, one more hit.
Your warriors have broken through the walls. Now attack. Show no mercy.
And that has fallen as well, so we can bring... Well, you know, we could bring all these guys. We're relatively close to our support. Let's send you right at those raider levies. Send you right out here. So some of these guys are probably going to come down off the walls. Maybe I want to preserve the heavies. That might make sense. Okay, we've taken out both of their cav. And let's ignore the walls. If they want to win the battle, they're going to have to come down and deal with us over there. I think they will eventually. But as you can see, once you've destroyed the walls around them, they don't have many options to get down. They could get down through these gates, actually. Alright, this is going very well. Obviously, we're taking a lot of losses due to the towers. Alright, let's just rush forward. We're just going to run and blob and melee with the Ravanian foresters. This is their general. And up there, it's just warband and a unit of cav. None of that poses a lot of concern. Okay, here they come. So now we could go and capture the gates. Let's do that with some slingers. We can retrain them in this region, I'm pretty sure. Okay, raider levies are wavering. They got another full unit of cav, so they could still cause some damage to us. And the foresters, again, they're pretty stout. hard to dislodge. But we've just got the numbers, I think. Alright, let's get up to the gate if we can before these warband levies catch us. I think I'm going to leave everything else just back where it is. We can probably do this with what we've got. Those Ravanian Spearmen, they're another good unit. They have to be used in a particular way. Look at this. He's doing quite well. Oh. There they go. And we've got 78 men here, so that's enough to deal with the raiders, I would say for sure. Probably just the sheer numbers of these hillmen axe levies would deal with everything, so let's just march them up in that direction. Since we've got the gateway, we're not under friendly fire. They possibly will be. I think I saw a bolt coming in this direction, so yeah, they're getting hit. That's great. So that means also that we can bring our own guys in pretty safely. This is going to be shooting at us. I'm not too concerned about it. Alright, so they're back. Great. Just move relentlessly towards the town center. I think what I'll do here is just kind of halt these guys. Yep, I know they're going to overwhelm that first little group, but we've got enough of these guys with axes that we may as well try to hold them back to bait the warband out of the plaza. Alright, they're not going to move out of there just yet. That's fine. Oh, and actually, they've got a lot of axes in part because they haven't been on fire at will. Alright, there they go. Alright, wavering. We're probably going to get a rout here, but there is one unit left in the center. Let's see if we can get to him. Alright, that's it. We took him out. You can see he's in mid collapse there. A very nice action shot. And their spearman takes him off the horse. We'll just end the battle. We lost about 300 guys. But that was a slightly tougher siege than we have faced, having to deal with those larger walls. But now we've got him. We've got him on our side, and we're going to get some plunder out of this. All right. Actually, there's not that many people here. I don't know if I want to lay desolate, but let's do it just to be sure. We'll keep up the momentum. Yeah, that's down to 770 men. It's not great, but we'll build it back up. Oh, interesting. They built a Hall of Song. Wow. I think we get something out of this. Yeah, we actually benefit from this. This is a higher tier, tavern building, right? This is great. So this is going to give the rogue, this is going to give some happiness bonuses, so we'll keep that. And Outland Dominion, that's going to give us a nice 4,000. But I don't know if I want to do that right now because with our public order being so sensitive, we may want to leave it for another turn. But I'm going to forget. Let's do it. Low taxes, provincial pacification. Let's not bother with the stockade just yet. We'll queue up a scout, and now we can move you somewhere. All right, and this is going to be worse now. Yeah, 65. So in order to counter that, we can just train some units. Queue up a bunch of units. Even if they're not going to be trained this turn, I was hoping to see it get to 75. But yeah, getting it to 70, that's where it was. Everything else is not in the red. So we're good with all of that. We're at 17,000 gold. 3 turns for Homeland Dominion here. And we've got to now counterattack this besieging army. So let's strike them. Let's strike the tiny force that's right outside. They'll show up as reinforcements. All right, under a Lieutenant Borlak, which is going to be one War Wain. And then they've got Borthand of the Tribe of the White Ox, the heir, who's just off by himself. And then what do they have? Okay, just these two skirmishers. So this will be a fun one, I think. Very curious to see what that single Wain is going to look like on the field. Oh, gosh. You try to find an open place to fight. But it is their tile, I guess. Alright, I think the trees are going to be alright for our War Wains. More concerning is this stuff, this field of rocks. So if the battle happens like in the woods, actually, that would be better for the Wains to participate. But I'm not gonna have the battle hang on the Wains. We'll put them over here. Try to remember that they exist. But beyond that, I'm not gonna worry too much about them. Let's get a couple of slings over here to the left, a couple of slings over to the right. Get you axemen in the center. Yeah, we don't have a lot of melee stuff anymore, do we? Okay, we do have skirmishers, though. And I've got to say that, of course, we are going to get a bunch of reinforcements. Okay, so they're coming from down there. That's the big army. And this looks pretty clear, actually. Let's run over here. Well, maybe we don't need to run. Alright, yeah, I think this path looks pretty decent. There are a few little rocks over here, but I think we can squirm through. Okay, the actual army is right here. I gotta pay attention to that. So let's get you, and we'll just charge in. Those are just skirmishers. Hopefully that'll be okay. Right, let's halt that wing.
The enemy warlord flees from our warriors. Attack and drive them back in the same way.
Alright, good. We'll just take you out while we're here. Okay, actually, let's go over here to deal with those Eastland Raiders. And they got archers. We'll send the calf to help out. Let's see if the Wains are gonna do the job.
Flee from the field like frightened goats, hunt them down, and slay them all.
Yep, look at that. Look at that beautiful carnage. Alright, we want to keep him away from the warband, if we can. But leave him in long enough to deal with the general. Okay, he's going to get away. Alright, so we'll just pull back. And I am disappointed these archers have not been dealt with yet. Okay, and actually we gotta get out of here. Oh my gosh! All right, what are you? You're just Eastland Raiders. Okay, we'll take them. We'll take them. But we've got to pay more attention. All right, let's bring you. Man, these archers. Okay. All right, they just gave the order to flee. Good. Let's get down. Down here. It's just so hard to keep track of everything when you're in the woods, of course. Alright, so they're withdrawing, but we still have javelins, and we can still possibly push them into a rout. That's a warband unit. Yeah, let's grab the skirmishers while they're heading off into the trees. What are you, Axemen? Okay. Alright, we charged in. There they go. Pushed them into a rout. Very nice.
This is no longer a battle.
You know, maybe we can do the same thing with these warband.
A coward chase.
Alright, this is not ideal, maybe, because we are going to get... Yep, getting some losses. You want to keep your chariots moving. And this is not ideal, because I got greedy. We're trying to kill as many as we can here. But you keep them moving, they're going to do their special attack.
Any of our warriors would die rather than run.
And you can see some of these guys getting thrown around. And some of our wings just getting wrecked. Jeez. They're a very stubborn unit, so I'm now angry, and we're just going to throw them in irrationally. There they go. There they go. They just need to get mad, I guess. So, we're taking them out. Okay, there's not too much left. Okay, they've got an Axeman unit up there. You know what? Let's go for it. We've got these very expensive wains. We may as well use them. We can bring them right back to Tham for instant retraining. Let's see. These Axemen, I think, are going to be a little easier to... yeah. See, that's the beauty of the wains, right? Because it's not just in their killing power, which sometimes is very weak, but it's in the morale and their disruptive power. Because when used well and, you know, in the right situation, they can cause some big gaps in lines and so on. Okay, so I think that'll be it. We'll just end the battle there rather than chase them all down through the trees. And that should be that. I think they're going to be eliminated, be running for the hills. And that will leave, I think, just a few units under one of their generals' lore up to the north. Okay, yeah, he's going to get away. Oh, he's going to go into the ship. Can we build ships? We can. So let's try that. Maybe we can take out one of their generals just by boat. His boats are no better than mine, I would think. Alright, so we've got one potential more battle here. Still 39 retainer wains, still plenty of units. And if this succeeds, we have eliminated Rhun from our territory, except for these little incursions along the border. But we've definitely got them on the defensive. They're not under siege, they're not being currently attacked. They do have a province down here. But I think that's fine, as long as they're focused on that instead of me. But I think this is probably a good point for us to end the episode. We've got Foreign Hood back. We're going after the fort of Caran. We can't take that this turn, but we can the next. And from there, we just move right across to Gargal. That's going to open us up to attack from Rathwin, so we're going to have to watch this crossing as well as this. And we're going to have to move down into Garth, of course, also. But that, I think, will be the problem for the next episode. So I hope to see you then.